Guys, nice bass. Tiny glide bait. Down the hatch. These could be spotted bass, or they could be guads.
Together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we will stand, every boy, every girl, and a man.
Got one. Guys, check this out. Just caught a little green sunfish on a rat. How cool is that? BFS rat bait. I'm having to be really stealthy right now because this creek runs right through the middle of, I'll let you guess what it is, somewhere I probably shouldn't be, but it sits down low enough to where nobody can see me. I've seen a couple of really nice bass. They didn't hit the big wake bait, but I got this little green sunfish to commit to that sick 1/4 ounce FOF fishing rat wake bait. I got it on 6-pound fluoro, a Dobbin 701C, and a Sioux Dark Wolf. I got my paddleboard, I got some chest waders on. This creek is crystal clear, it's got good current. We're gonna see what we can catch today. Got one. That's so cool. I just caught a bluegill on that wake bait. How does a bluegill that small get the hooks on a rat? That rat bait. Oh, shoot. That rat bait was about as big as he was. Good grief. We're gonna go back through with the tiny glide bait. We're gonna see if we left anything, if they'll bite it. I know they're there. I saw 2 of them swimming, so let's go try to catch at least one of them. Got one. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, look at how pretty that little sunfish is. Tiny glide bait, guys. There are a few bass sitting in this pool right here in front of me, guys. So far, just these pretty sunfish. Which I'm okay with, but I'm trying to find the right retrieve that are gonna trigger these fish to bite. They're pretty skeptical of it. I've seen a few of them follow it just for a little while. If they won't eat it, I got some more tricks to try, but hopefully they'll eat this. Got one. Guys, nice bass. Nice bass. There's 2 fighting over it. Holy cow. He slaughtered it. Heck yeah. That is so cool. Tiny glide bait. Down the hatch. I knew I'd come up on some that were willing to eat sooner or later. Y'all, this is one of the more fun trips I've taken in a while. I knew because of kind of where this creek was located in the metro that it should have clear water. I was right. It's gin clear, and it has some nice bass sitting in these pools. The first pool, the bass didn't fall for the tiny glide. I'm gonna come back and try to get them to eat something else later, but these ones look like they're gonna eat that Arabait's tiny glide. Got it on my Dobbin 701C, a Sioux Dark Wolf with 6-pound fluoro. Got one. Guys, that one's bigger than the first one. Heck yeah. I saw him come out and eat it. That was so sweet. Heck yeah. Oh, he's got black spots on him. That's melanosis on him. He's longer. He's longer than the first one for sure. Y'all, I threw the rat through there a bunch of times and I just think the water's a little too cold for them to come up and eat, even though we got perfect conditions for top water in terms of light. Man, it's overcast. I don't know, I just don't think they're quite active enough. I think the water's just cold enough to where they won't pursue that top water, but they will definitely eat that arid tiny glide bait, guys.
Send lawyers, guns, and money. This shit has hit the fan.
Got one. I think that's a panfish, guys. Yep, green sunfish. That's the beauty of throwing these tiny glide baits, guys. You will catch everything. I know up north, Aaron actually intends to use these for trout and smallmouth, even in creeks. I can't imagine that. I bet you those things pull like crazy on light tackle, but I'm still having a lot of fun down here in the late fall here in Texas. Find some clear water, guys, and give them a shot.
Send lawyers, guns, and money.
I know they're expensive, guys, and I know they're hard to come by, but you get what you pay for, and the action of that thing is outstanding. Got one. Another good one, guys. Oh, that was so cool. Right by a laydown down there. This is so fun. Look at that. Yes, sir. Y'all, so the beauty of this bait is how versatile it is. I can burn it on the top of the water column like it's a wake bait. I can slow roll it just under the surface like a normal glide bait. I can twitch it or walk it like a normal glide bait. Or what I'm doing today, when the water really cools down, guys, I'm casting it out, letting it sink way down there, almost out of sight, and then I twitch, let it sit, sink a little bit, twitch, let it sit, sink a little bit, and then I see these flashes of light, and they're curling on this thing and just sucking it in. So the versatility is in that you can fish this thing any time of the year. When the water's real warm in the summertime and you want to burn it on top of the surface, or just slow roll it, or walk it steadily under the surface, beautiful, right? Fall, spring, and then when the water cools down into the late fall and the winter, guys, you can still use this thing. And disclaimer, guys, I'm not partnered with Era Baits. I literally just have that much faith and enthusiasm in the baits that he makes, guys. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness, dude, there's a big one that saw my bait and nosed up to it, and this little one came and got it before he could get it. This is still the biggest bass that I probably caught. I was stunned. I was just slowly working my weight on my bait back, and 3 bass came up. There was a little one, this middle-sized one, and then a big one. I want to catch that big one. That's probably the biggest bass I've caught yet. That one that swam up to it made this one look small.
And the gambling commissioner's hanging on by the skin of his...
There's a huge buck right here. I mean, that's even big for a Texas whitetail. He sees me, he's looking right at me. I shouldn't have said anything. He's gonna come down to the creek and get a drink. Golly, right through there. I know you can't see this because I can't zoom in enough, but there he goes. Good grief. That is a nice buck. Wow. There's one. There's one, guys. Little boy. That's a little fella. Smallest bass of the day. Oh. Another green sunfish. There's one. That was cool. Saw him eat it. Y'all, there's another species. That's a little spotted bass. There's one. Guys, I ditched the board because it started getting kind of shallow. I'm on foot now. I probably won't go up too much further, and then I'm gonna switch baits and try to clean up a few on the way back. Oh, I think I got a decent one, guys. Heck yeah. It's another spot. Look at how pretty that spotted bass is. That is awesome. These could be spotted bass, or they could be guads, which is the state fish of Texas. I don't think guads are up this north, but it could be a guad, but that is just a beautiful colored creek bass, guys. It's either a spotted bass or a Guadalupe bass, one of the two. That is a pretty little panfish. Look what I did here, guys, just so I can fish it faster. That's a 2.5-inch Moondog Bait Company miniature stick bait, guys. Really pretty. Little sunfish there. With the rig, so that I can fish that wacky rig just a bit faster, I got a 1/16 ounce flashback mini chatterbait, and I wacky rigged this worm just like that. And coming through the water, you get the vibe from the blade and you get the action of the wacky worm. It's pretty cool. That's typically all the heavier those weighted wacky hooks are, and you get the added benefit of some vibration on it. Got him. God. Bird's eye view of it, guys. On the wacky chatter. If I catch a bigger one, I'm gonna have to go in after him. I can lift this one, but he's not very big. It's another one on the 2.5-inch Moondog BFS stick bait, guys. On the wacky chatter. Got him. Hopefully y'all saw that one follow it all the way in. Golly, they might want this thing more than the glide bait today. Maybe I should have been throwing this back there. I'm definitely going to try to go to that spot where that bigger one was and see if he'll eat it. I mean, not massive, but those are some pretty little creek bass. Got one. Better one, guys, I think. Eat it again. Oh, you. I just watched that fish eat the same bait twice, guys. I had him on for a second. Y'all saw me have him on there just for a little bit. He got off and I got him again. That is a pretty big spotted bass, guys. On the mini stick. That is so cool. I watched him eat my bait. I got him up to about right here. He came off. He sat right there. So I threw it back in the middle. He turned around and I got him the second time. He ate it twice. Y'all, I'd turn the camera around, but I'm standing on some gnarly side hill stuff and I don't want to risk losing the camera into the water. So I don't know why I didn't carry the paddleboard back into here. I'll come back another day and we'll get back in here further even. Almost every cast. Pretty much almost every cast, guys. These bluegill followed it all the way in. That's a pretty one. He's like green orange. Guys, got a good one right under the bridge on the wacky chatter. Yes, sir. All right. The blade popped off right as I was getting into the boat, but still on that Moondog Bait Company BFS mini stick. It's a 1/16 ounce flashback mini chatterbait. The blade came off. I'm gonna have to put that back on, but hit it right by the bridge piling. This fish didn't want to eat the glide bait the first time through. I got it on 6-pound line, guys. A Dobbin Sierra and a Sioux Dark Wolf. Got one. Good one. I saw him cruising, guys. Cast it out in front of him and he slammed it. That's another good one too. These fish got weary of the tiny glide coming through, and so now I'm throwing the mini stick on the wacky chatter at him. I figured out how to take a bait that I really don't like throwing, which is a wacky rig, and turn it into something that I actually am enjoying quite a bit right now. Thought those were bass under the tree, but just big bluegill. So that was a really fun trip. That's a place that I've never been to before. I had just kind of scouted it. I knew that the water was most likely going to be clean there, and thankfully I was right, and we were able to catch a whole bunch on some clear water specials, guys. The Era Tiny Glide, y'all have seen that from me all summer. It works in the cold water as well, guys. And something else we learned today, if I would have had these FOF wake baits this summer, it would have been lights out, especially on the river, guys. I could have caught some slobs when it was warm and they were hitting topwater. I just happened to stumble across this a little bit too late, guys. This rat is the perfect BFS wake bait, guys. It's custom made FOF swim baits out of Maryland. Guy's name's Daniel. Again, it's one of those deals where you got to follow him on Instagram, and whenever he posts a video, or if he puts on his story that he's got these in his hand, that means he's got some made, and you pretty much just have to reach out to him and see if he's got any left. And that's exactly what I did to get both of these guys. The action that you guys saw when I was reeling is so insane on this, and price wise, 35 bucks for this one, 45 for the 3-inch bluegill. And honestly, we're talking about handmade, hand painted, and this thing is high quality, guys. And what we did cleanup duty with today, guys, is something that I've never tried before, but I love the little flashback mini chatterbaits. Look at how small that Cinco is that Moondog's making now. So it's a little stick bait. He calls it a BFS mini stick. And y'all can get those on his website now. They're not very expensive, and he makes them in a ton of different colors there, guys. Chartreuses, greens, reds, but the action that this thing had when it was on a little chatterbait, it was quivering so wild, and the bass just couldn't stand it. They had seen me throw the glide bait at them the first time I went through, and so I had to throw something at them different the second time as I came back, and they just annihilated that. It was a lot of fun to throw, and I hate throwing a wacky rig, guys. It's just too slow. I don't like fishing wacky rigs, but when you put it on that chatterbait head, I would reel, pump, let it sit, reel, pump, let it sit, and they were hammering it. But if y'all enjoyed this one, leave a like for me. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet, guys. Talk with me down in the comments below. And I'm gonna start leaving some links to playlists of some of my videos that I've grouped together. Like I'll have a swim bait playlist, I'll have a creek fishing playlist, my big bass playlist that I'm gonna put as a link in the pinned comment. Those will be there. I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all take her easy. Catch you on the next one.